Hey, welcome back to Jay's Finest. So happy to be back. I know I haven't been vlogging for a long time, but here I am. So excited to be back. Hope you guys are staying safe in your houses. Hope this vlog gives you a little bit something to watch in the meantime, where you guys are just keeping the social distancing. Keep in mind this is helping to stop the virus from spreading. So I'm glad if you guys are doing it. Thank you. If you're not, please try it. I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but at least helps out to at least help this thing not be as long as it should be. But anyways, the whole point of this video is the following. We're going to install a light bar light strip underneath the tailgate. That's pretty much when you hit the brakes, it turns on. When you hit the turning signals, it turns on as well. And when you hit reverse light, when you hit reverse, it turns on like a white light. So that's something cool I always wanted to do. Not necessarily it was my priority, but it's something I just wanted to do because I'm like, might as well since I have the time. So I'm going to go ahead and show how to install that. It's going to be a little bit, it's not difficult, but it's a little bit tedious. You gotta measure, make sure it's straight, because I'm not saying I have OCD, but it might just kick in today if it's not straight, you know what I mean? But anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and install that. I'm gonna show you the process, and I'm gonna show you the light bar that I got. So essentially the light bar is gonna go right underneath here. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that underneath some other trucks. They have the light bar there, so every time you hit the brakes or hit reverse light or turn signal, it turns on. By the way, mine's is all sequential the whole time, so which I think is dope. But something cool about Big Red, that it has a towing package. You can see right here, it has all the connection pretty much for towing a trailer. To the hinge right there, so you can have a trailer hitch, go there, you can tow a trailer, and you have here for the lighting and brakes and the other essentials. So I might as well use the lighting just to go ahead and light up the light bar in the rear. The only thing is gonna be done differently is to wire up the reverse light, because they don't come with one connector there, so I had to kind of like hot wire it to either that reverse light or the other reverse light. Most likely I'm gonna put this one because the cables will end up right here, so it's a little bit better just to at least get that white cable the closest to the reverse light. I'll show you that process. Should be simple, so let's get to it. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and open the tailgate, and we're gonna clean that area. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna clean it with water and soap, dry it, and then we're gonna clean it with alcohol. Step one, to wash the little underneath the tailgate, make sure it's clean, and then you're gonna dry it over with a towel or whatever microfiber towel you want to use. And then now we're gonna put alcohol in there to make sure that we get any grease or any dirt and grime didn't get from the wash. So you can go ahead and make sure it sticks real well. Alright, since we're done washing it as well as cleaning it with alcohol, make sure there's no grease or grime still stuck on there on the paint. Obviously I didn't use a blue rag, it was a little bit better, blah blah blah. It's so cool, it's okay. I mean, it's that never sees anything besides a lot of things and dents. But so the next step we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and measure to see, make sure that we measure it so it's kind of right in the center where it's supposed to be, not a little bit too much to the left or too much to the right. So we're gonna make sure that's good, so therefore I don't have my OCD kick in and then ruin my life every time I hit the brakes. But anyways, not that I'm gonna see it, maybe somebody else sees it. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and start measuring to see, make sure it's measured correctly. That is measured to the point that's right in the center. Please, Josh, make sure measure twice and cut once, please. Well, pretty much the issues I have here since we have the little thing here that pretty much I guess is supports the tailgate from like a lot of weight, the best case scenario is to put it right, the black part, I'm gonna show you right now. This part is gonna be kind of right towards the middle of it, or this part's gonna be right like leaning on it, so it doesn't have like a little groove. So I think that's the best case scenario. What I measured, it might be off by just a little bit on this side and this side, but when you look towards the bottom, I don't know if it can focus. There we go. There, come on, focus. There we go. Right here. See the little grooving there? That's what we're gonna put it there. And there's gonna be the same exact thing. I don't think you can see it because of the sun. Well, pretty much it's gonna be a little bit there because that little piece right there, if you put it a little bit more that way, it's gonna go ahead and crush it. So I don't want that for sure. So we're gonna go ahead. I just cleaned this a little bit more in the bottom. There's a lot more towards the bottom, so I did clean it a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go for it, and then from there we'll deal with the wiring. But first we're gonna secure that thing with this beautiful 3M tape, which everybody loves and adores, but we'll see how that goes. Turn on the lights, and they are officially on. That is beautiful. You guys can see it right there. Obviously I'm gonna check this more at night. Now what we're gonna do is, once I'm gonna check everything else, we're gonna know how to wire this wire up. I'm gonna show you how to do that on the reverse light. I'm gonna use the left tail light, the reverse light right there, and this right there. I'm gonna show the cables in there. We're gonna try to get their wires from up here down there. So I'm gonna grab it from there, from down here. I'm gonna lift it up all the way over there to connect it to that white. Once I connected that, I'm gonna go ahead and then cover all of these wires up with, I have a little, I'm gonna show you right now, a little kit that I have there. You just go ahead and wrap around all these cables here just to make sure that they're completely safe and away from all the elements, from water, any other things. You can see it right there. Hopefully you can see it. So all of this pretty much connected, but I'm gonna put electric tape all around here, go all the way to the top. And there you go. See how it's sequential? Super dope. Let me try one turning signal. Took the tail light out real quick. The thing I just gotta figure out which one seems like the positive cable, which I'm assuming could be the black, the all black cable. I don't know if it can focus. Can actually be the ground. The one that has like a little slight purple line could be the positive. I'm gonna do my research to figure out that's the case. So therefore I don't cringe, whatever, however you call it, the wrong cable. You always make sure you always get the positive. it works. As you guys can see, the cable that I was looking for, which is obviously common sense here a little bit. Usually all the ground cables are black, so I looked at the ones on top here for the brake light and I guess the running light at night. They're all like different color, and there was always the black cable, which is the ground. Normally it's always the black cable is the ground. So I was assuming, I actually took a gamble with this, by the way, but I'm assuming that there's a cable here. There's two of them. There's a black cable and there's like a black and pink cable. So I'm assuming the black and pink cable is the one that has the positive side. So I connect this wire up here, and then now you're good. Now there's only one more thing I gotta try out to see if the sequential or the light will turn on when I hit the brakes. But I gotta figure to see if I can maybe put it up here too. Alright, so the red cable that I brought up too as well from the bottom, that's just to when you hit the brakes it turns on during the day, because usually it turns on during the night, but during the day it doesn't turn on. So I decided to just hot wire that cable, as I already had it there, to this cable here, which is actually connects to the tail light. Obviously this was ground. This is just for the nighttime running lights, I guess you want to call it. And then the green and red cable, I actually cringed it with this to the red cable, because that's where the brake light is. So every time you hit the brakes, the brake turns on, as well as this cable goes down to the light bar, does turn on as well. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just kind of clean up the wiring, which I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to clean up the wire. The things you gotta know: this little, I guess, cable wrap you can do to wrap around cables. We're gonna first wrap around with this everywhere. Any cables is kind of loose, and then we're gonna put what's it called, electric tape all around it to secure it from it kind of opening and getting any elements inside. And then once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and zip tie to make sure it's not exposed like that right there in the ground. And of course I'm gonna also as well, if you can see it right there, let me move forward, that right there, I'm also gonna use electric tape to go around all of that to make sure there's no water or anything continuously hitting it. I don't want it to get corrode or rust or anything like that. So therefore it can last a little bit longer. It's just something that I want to do, just some cable management, and I'll show you the final results of it. All nice and tucked away in behind the bumper. And then let's see if we get some line. There we go. And then the zip ties are holding it. These all the way there. And unfortunately I might be coming these cables, I mean just two little cables, go up there. That's where the tail light is, and then we should put a tail light and it should be good. As I lean on top of Big Red, everything came out really good. This is a very tedious task, even though it's supposed to be an easy install, which it is easy. And before we do anything, we're going to check the lights out at night. So we're going to let it until the sun dies off, then we'll check it, and then I'll say my goodbyes. Well, this is how it looks at night. Let me tell you, it is really bright. Let me go hit the brakes real quick. watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want to see more videos, just let me know other ideas you want to see on the truck maybe, and maybe I might have some other things for the Mustang grill wise, who knows. But besides that, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.
Music keeps me dancing.